Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros, inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7 metros 20 por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro y haces así, se la pasas mal. Hijo de puta, eso me puede pasar a mí con esta panza. No hago.
It's good. It's for the gym.
You know what? I pressed it by mistake. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up, big up, big up. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Yes, my people, welcome. Welcome to another Starting 11 show. And today, we've got Views, Latvian, Guna, and Nats. Latvian Guna, one of our newest signings. So yeah, people, show him some love. You know what I'm saying? Show him some love. And yeah, let's get this party started, bro. What am I hearing? What's this I'm hearing about Saliba out? I'm hearing that Saliba's out again. What's that? 123? Is that right, Views? 123?
If not very close.
Okay, so the number it varies. It varies. Yeah. So we don't know exactly the number, but defo it's more than 123. But listen, big up to everyone that us locked in. Big up Jalil. Yo, Jalil, please, both lineups in one comment, please. Big up Latvian Guna saying there. Big up to you, my friend. Big up Clement. Big up Abdul Rahman. Big up to you, bro. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Yeah, people, do you know what? I made a mistake. I thought that the game starts at 8. You know how I usually always put 1 hour and a half?
Yeah.
So today I was going through my phone. I was like, oh, shit, man. The game starts at 7:30. I was like, oh, but it's too late now. What am I going to do? Go back to everyone and say, yo, look, should we start 6? I can't even do that. I mean, I can't really do that. But listen, people, 3 points, 3-point collectors. Apart from that's the only pro I can think of. I'll be honest with you, that's the only pro I can think of. It's 3 points. We got the 3 points. It's a big thing. It's a big thing, yeah. But apart from that, bro, we're back to the set piece coach saving us, bro. Shout out to the set piece coach. You know, my email is in my description. If you ever, thinking of changing your agent because you're not getting enough. Oh, actually, you are. Did you hear about the new bonus? Every goal is a. Hey, listen. I think they're listening to us. They're listening to us. They're listening to us.
Listening to you, bro.
Listen, man. Hey, listen, V's. I really don't understand how. Set pieces, yeah, it started like 2 years ago, right? About last year was really the year of set pieces. So I'm going to hit you with this little stat I've seen. Sorry, give me 1 second. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up. Yeah, man.
Like all of that. Okay.
This is the thing, yeah? Total set pieces. We have scored 21 in all competitions. Obviously, this may vary as well. We've scored 16 from corners. 14 Premier League goals came from set pieces. And obviously, they don't count any play that happens before this, after the set piece. So after the corners there and somebody, gets rid of the ball, they don't count it as an open play. They don't count it as a set piece. I do. Right. Do you know what I'm saying? I do, because everybody's in the box and you're just throwing the ball back into the box. So it's basically
second ball.
Do you know what I'm saying, bro? But this is the stat that I was always thinking about. We have opened the scoring from a set piece or a penalty on 13 occasions this league season.
Wow.
13 games.
Wow.
We could not open up teams until we got that set piece goal. Now you've seen everybody, you've seen everybody gone mad on the internet talking about how set piece goals and it's boring now. And look, I don't agree with only one thing, that we don't deserve the league if we win it. I don't agree with that. If we win it, we deserve it. Simple as. But is the football shit? Yes. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. Yes, the football shit. Is it from everybody else? I don't know. When you look at Man City have scored more open play goals than us, and they're second place. So I know that Arteta was talking about Man United. We can't really. So if I go through Man United, yeah, I know. Sorry, 1 second. If we go through Man United, they got Carrick as an intern coach, blah blah blah. Do you know what I'm saying? So does it really count? Does it count in your opinion? The views, I don't know. But the way I'm looking at it, yeah, people. So if you go through Chelsea, Chelsea are through. They got a new manager, so we're 7 years in. We're 7 years in, and we're playing this football. I don't understand it. Do you know what I'm saying? I really don't understand it. To be honest, last time me and Shane were doing the uncomfortable conversations. We did the whole team's ratings, and then we got to the last bit. Everybody's like, "What about Arteta's rating?" I was like, "I can't lie. I can't rate Arteta." Why?
Why does he need a rating?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I don't know how to rate Arteta. I don't understand his football. I'll be honest, I really don't understand his football. I'll be looking at the game, watching the game. I don't understand anything he does on the pitch, apart from defending. Going forward, I don't know. But listen, views. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts about the Chelsea game, and then we move on to the Brighton.
Excuse me. I was confident we weren't going to lose. Obviously, we're at home. That was the 11th time we've played them recently in this kind of little run. I think we've won 8 and drawn 3 now. So that for me, it wasn't in doubt. It's the bigger test is tonight. The bigger test was when we played Wolves, because we always seem to raise our game for these, for these teams. I mean, we haven't been great against the top 6 sides this year. We've lost to Liverpool, drew at home with them. We've drawn with Man City. I think it's only Chelsea and Spurs, but you can't really say Spurs are in that mix either. Lost to Villa. Big up to DJ. So I weren't confident. I knew it was going to be harder than Spurs, but I didn't think we were going to slip up there. It's tonight. So yeah, I know we're obviously going to talk about the game in length, but I'm nervous about tonight. I weren't too nervous about that. I've had the same kind of nervous that you get before any performance. If any of you lot have done performances or speaking live or crowd work, you get those same nerves because the situation that we're now in, if we draw or lose, I personally think that's it. Like we've left it all. The fact that we're in this situation is quite bad. Now there probably will be some twists and turns for us and Man City. Is anything's possible. Is it likely though? I'm not sure because Pep knows how to optimize his team and get them ready for the end of the season, whereas we just turn up however we are. Do you know what I mean? Holes in the tire, holes in the socks, injuries out the arse, because he doesn't rotate. And this is what we've been asking him to do since pre-season. So without waffling too much, I weren't too bothered. I mean, I was still a bit uncomfortable in that Chelsea game. I was saying, because I was watching it with Vigilante and a few others, we looked like the away team and we're at home. I weren't happy with that. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't. I'm happy with the result because that's all that matters. But that performance was definitely nothing to shout home about. So worrying signs, but other than what I said before, it's the business at the end of the season now. It doesn't matter if I want the team to click. It doesn't matter if I want Arteta to be more attacking. He's going to be what he's going to be at this point. Do you know what I mean? And we just got to hope that luck or the results or whatever it is just keeps going for us. So yeah, man, not the best performance against Chelsea, but ultimately the 3 points was key.
Oh, fair enough, man. Latvian Guna people, our newest signing. Latvian. I mean, you're looking at the game against Chelsea, and we thought that going into that game we have to win. Obviously, we play in every game. Every game is a cup final for us, right? But we always thought it was going to be a tough game, but was you one of the people that thought that the set piece will get us through? And what was your thoughts on the game, man?
I don't even know, to be honest. Like, after that Spurs game, everyone was so hyped about Eze and Gyökeres, and for me, I didn't hold my breath on that one just because, well, it's Spurs, and arguably one of them, if not the worst team we have faced this season to a degree. And that allowed the half spaces and spaces for Gyökeres and Eze to do those things. And in the end, against Chelsea, it was always going to be difficult. Always going to be difficult. Did I expect us to win by set pieces? Not per se, but knowing how Arsenal do these things, they make their lives much harder than it should be at times. Kind of expected at least one set piece goal. Let's just put it that way. We scored 3, ironically enough, but hey. But overall, looking at this performance, that was just shocking, to say the least. Obviously, it's at this business end of the season, as you said, you just get the job done no matter what the cost, and that is that. For me, the worry is the fact that we have been doing stuff like this, not just now, but throughout pretty much whole season, many times, and it takes so much energy, so much mental strength out of the team that at some point they're gonna be overexhausted and they will not be able to do certain things they will need to do at the end of the season when they maybe need the winning goal, and they will just have no power, no energy, nothing behind them just to push themselves and give themselves that extra lift to get it over the line. But I don't know. That Chelsea game was shocking. And Chelsea with 10 men looked better than we did. Like, that's the most embarrassing part, especially at the Emirates, ironically enough. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. This is Arteta's style. This is how he wants to play. And, well, if we win the league, I'm over the moon. If we don't, then we can talk some very uncomfortable discussions.
Yeah,
100%.
100%, man, 100%. And there's nothing controversial to speak about the Arsenal-Chelsea game. There's nothing there, Chinats, is there?
Well, first and foremost, big up yourself, Rashid.
Greetings,
Always
man.
pleasure, never a chore, as I say, for having me on. Big up Views, big up Latvian Guna, big up Manny, and big up GJB, of course. Like, for me, what I took out of that game was, it's just same old, same old. Like, we win this league, right? We're going to win this league by limping over the line. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll probably be crawling over the line at this point, because it's not
Do you agree with
controversial.
Scholes? Not to cut you, but like, do you agree with Scholes saying, did you hear what Scholes said about not giving anybody the league?
Look, I understand it, but, you know, it is what it is. The Premier League stinks. I've heard DJB say, I've said it. We've all kind of echoed the same kind of like mantra, so to speak, for want of a better word. It's like the league stinks, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? The league is sold on drama and nothing else. There's very little quality. You know, in that game, Reece James was the best player on the pitch, period. Not just the best player for them, but he was the best player on the pitch by far. You saw the levels. Cole Palmer, first 30 minutes, I think he did well. Then he got injured, and then that was that. Do you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to us, you know, when you've had time after time to rest and recuperate these players, this squad, and you refuse to do it, there's going to be as we call it, as Jamaicans call it, bigger things are going on. Do you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you go and feel. Do you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know people, innit? If you don't know, you go and feel. And we're feeling it right now, or they're feeling it right now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the tiredness, not just physically, but mentally. You know, I've got to the point now where it's just like, I don't even give a shit about performances. Just get over the line. Just get the result. Result is number one, because this is what's going to get us over the line. And this is what's going to keep this manager in a job. This manager, I've never seen him so stressed throughout this season. I don't think he's ever been this stressed in his life. You know, he's trying recently to relax, but he has to. He has to put on a brave face now. How many times have I said, grow a pair of fucking bollocks? Because if you say you're this, you say you're that, you're on £15 million a year, yeah? It's time for you to show and deliver. Do you know what I'm saying? Put your nuts on the table, Kenny Penn settings and all of that. It's that time. The time is now, Maloko settings. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to get a better opportunity to win this league We're not going to get a better opportunity to win the other cups. Yes, there's an outside chance of the Champions League, but we were in the semis last season and we were shit. So why can't we get to the especially with the route that we've got now? We should be getting to the final at the very least.
Facts.
I don't care. We've got the squad. He's had the players. He's had the backing. Over £1 billion over 6 years, right? There's no more excuses. No Igal, no Christian, no Stricto, no whoever the fuck can make any remote kind of excuses that we can't get over the line now, yeah? If you want to mask over performances, that's fine, isn't it? That's fine. You can't mask over results. Do you know what I'm saying? All the XG, ribs, bibs, and dibs and pibs and that, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? You can bring all your stat sheets, your spreadsheets, whatever sheets you want, yeah? It's about the result. That's the only stat that matters. The C next to the ASNA, winning the league. That's all that matters. And really and truly, that's all I took from that game. We're shattered, and we've been shattered for a while now. Just get over the line. This game tonight is going to be very difficult. I know we're going to get into it later, but I don't know if we're going to win. But we'll see. I just don't want any more injuries. But we know that's not going to be the case, isn't it? We know that's not going to. That's the number one thing I want. Get the result and no injuries. It's not really much to ask, but knowing this manager, like, it's kind of a long shot. You know, that's just how I see it on the real.
Nah, that's facts, 100%, bro. Manny, how are we feeling about that Chelsea game?
You know, our amazing panelists so far, including DJB, who hasn't spoken yet. Big up to you, sir, as always. And I think everyone's pretty much sung from the same hymn sheet by saying, you know, at this particular point, it's points over performances. And, you know, as long as we, I mean, in the words of the immortal Whitney Houston, I don't care how you get there if you can, so to speak. What an amazing singer she was. Miss you already, man. But what really angers me a great deal is, you know, I'm often reminded of another story, and the moral of that being BS might get you to the top. It's not going to keep you there. And you can't keep just, you know, winging it a great all the time and just, you know, coasting through and then having to struggle at the very end to just, you know, get by. There's a reason why we're told as children when we're studying for an exam, don't coast through and then do all of your, you know, cramming or whatever just before the exam and expect to smash it the next day. No, it doesn't work that way. You've got to at least make sure that there is sort of a modicum of consistency in terms of performances. And sometimes, you know, the more you wing it, the bigger the struggle. And I think, you know, that was alluded to earlier. And some of our performances this season have not just been a case of grinding out results, as certain people would like to say. Some of our performances have been absolutely dire, and the football has been horrible. And, you know, whenever we win, we say, I'm not the type of person to gas up a win by saying, you know, winning ugly is the sign of champions, because we did the same thing when we beat Bournemouth 3-2 with that Reece Nelson winning goal, and and many people in our fan base were cock a hoop. And now, 3 years on, Reece Nelson can't even get a game for Brentford and couldn't even get a game for Fulham, mind you. And we still haven't won a league title. And so when we have a situation where against Wolves, we, you know, put in a dire performance like that and end up, you know, being lucky to get a point from that game. And then, of course, against Chelsea, it's like we allowed them to play better with 10 men than we did near the end. And had it not been for David Raya and his saves, you know, we could have been staring down the barrel of another embarrassing draw against Chelsea, or even worse, a win. And we allowed them to look good. And that's what really angers me. Because when you have when you basically give people the impression that you are just winging it and taking things casually, to me, that just says that you're not being serious about it. And, you know, I'm sure our parents, whenever it came to discussing our academic performances, I mean, I'm sure all of you were valedictorian level students when you were in school, so I'm not going to judge you all. But our parents would always say, son, look, why are you being so casual? If you are casual now, you will regret it near the end later. And that's what we're seeing right now with this team, I'm afraid. Now, of course, we've already got the lineups out, and I think, you know, Saliba isn't even in the squad. I think it's fair to say that he might be dealing with an injury, but I have also said that he has been guilty of some sloppiness. So again, this is sort of par for the course. You see Arteta flogging his first teamers until they, can't even run anymore. And sooner or later, the same thing is going to happen to Declan Rice. And it will happen to one or two other members of our starting lineup who are quite pivotal. Timber might also end up falling. And, I just don't even know where it'll possibly end. And he still doesn't even have the decency to give some of his fringe players who can also contribute a chance to shine. Christian Norgard needs some game time, as do one or two others. So the Chelsea performance was again a case of us, doing whatever we needed to do to take advantage of some defensive sloppiness from Chelsea. I think, again, we scored from a couple of corners. It was set piece again, ole. And yes, we did have a few moments. But again, we also looked so bad at times that it just makes me wonder, are we really serious about it? And it's one thing to say, oh, we always step up for these games. But even against Tottenham, if you notice, we had some moments where we looked horrible. Declan Rice with that giveaway. We were lucky when Cullen Mining's goal was disallowed, and even later on, they could have pulled a goal back if it weren't for Raya clawing that ball across the line. So it's fine to say that we're winning ugly or grinding out results, but are the players really serious about this? Although I think Views did allude to when he said that maybe, we're feeling shattered, but then we have a big squad. We have a squad so chock full of talent. Why are our players not being rotated properly? Why are many of our players dropping like flies? Why are certain players not being given any minutes? And why are we having to, take this remedial action right now? I mean, it just points to poor squad management. And when you compare that to how Pep manages his squad, that's one reason why, more often than not, they find a way to win. And I'm going to say this right now. If City win their game in hand and they beat us at the Etihad, we're done. Because I just don't have any faith in this manager to make sure that he can, really mount a serious challenge and really show that he is serious about this. And I think a lot of my friends have agreed that he loves the drama of, leading us to near the oasis, and then we end up, falling flat on our faces without getting to drink the water. I mean, this team doesn't really strike me as the team that wants to win the league. This manager doesn't strike me as a manager who wants to win because he knows he's getting, a good payday, and he knows that he's got the fan base, literally wrapped around his finger. And so we have to let him linger. Or do we? Rest in peace, Dolores O'Riordan. So I'm just not too confident. I can predict that we should win tonight. I'm hopeful that we end up, getting a 2-1 win. I predicted 3-1 against Chelsea, and we ended up making it 2-1 to an extent because, we just slacked off against Chelsea after we scored the second goal. And we always seem to do this. We score a goal, and then we drop the ball. We take our foot off the accelerator and allow them back in. And then that is just the riskiest strategy because if they score, we have to start all over again. And so this Brighton team, especially with a certain ex-gunner who has a penchant for scoring against his old clubs, they're not going to be a very easy team. We have a decent record against them in recent times, don't get me wrong. I don't remember us losing to them, but in recent times. But again, this is another game that we cannot afford to take lightly. I'm hopeful that we just get a win by any which way. But if Danny Welbeck comes off the bench, he should be on the bench. And thank you, Static. Love always to you, brother. If he does come off the bench and score against us, then that's just going to be the same old story of the ex-players coming back to haunt us and, break our hearts. And I just want to see the team win, but I also want to see them taking it seriously. And so I will be watching, but if this team doesn't show me that they are serious about, playing properly, doing what they have to do, if they really, and our parents would say this, if you really study hard and you still fail, I can accept that. But if you are too casual and you still fail and you don't study, you deserve all the scorn and the brickbats that you can get. And the same thing will apply to this team and this manager. And that's why this manager has to be under pressure. And yet some of our so-called fans will never, ever, ever understand.
100%, man. 100%. Speaking of breaking hearts, these people in the chat, you broke my heart today. You broke my heart. 80 people locked in. We're talking about 7 likes. What? You guys would never do that to AFTV. You guys would never. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up, man.
And that's the thing. You're a lot more handsome than Robbie Lyle. You know that?
Oh,
You better look in the ears.
Tell it. DJB. Me and you see. I was listening to your show, obviously, Sunday night, and he was talking about how the lack of goals is going to come to bite us. And I'm sure everybody here spoke about it. But I just wanted to remind everyone how much these people are getting paid. Kai Havertz is getting 280. Let's not talk about Kai Havertz. Let's talk about the on the pitch. Bukayo Saka, 300k. Declan Rice, 240. Enrique Eze, 180. Trossard, 180. 200. This is how much they're getting paid, DJB. And we're scoring most of our goals from corners and set pieces and own goals and penalties. And the rest is a couple of goals against Leeds and Tottenham. Because people show you the open goals, but they don't show you against who. How many goals we scored, open goals against who? We need someone out there to please let us know how many goals we've scored from open play against each team. DJB, what's your thoughts on that?
First of all, the Chelsea game was what I've been witnessing for the last 2 seasons now under this football manager. Lacking creativity, possession-wise, slow build-up, predictable, easy to play against. And that's what's been happening really on the whole for pretty much the last 2 seasons. Yeah, we've had the odd game where we've blown teams away and put it together, but it's few and far between. I think we've scored 4 against Chelsea, 4 against Spurs twice, and Aston Villa. Other than that, I'm struggling. I'm scratching my head to find out where we've absolutely blown teams away. The problem is what we've got at the moment, and I've been saying this from day one. There's a difference between squad depth and squad quality. And if you break it down, yeah, people say we've got squad depth. That only gives you more choices. So, for instance, Saliba's got injured tonight. Mosquera's come in. Is Mosquera at this present in time in his career someone you can rely on as an out-and-out centre-half that's going to get you over the line long-term? Champions League, Premierships? No. So this is where people are getting muddled up for me. I've always said that we're lacking quality still in this squad. I still think we haven't got enough creativity in midfield. I'm saying this, we haven't got a number 10. This football club has not got a number 10. Eze will show up when he's playing a poor Tottenham team. Eze again never showed up when he's under pressure against Chelsea and the likes of that. Unfortunately, it can be 2 things. It can be the tactics that we are, the system that we play, the manager. I don't know. But it's not the Eze that I was seeing at Crystal Palace. It's an Eze that I'm seeing show up once in a blue moon. So there's no number 10. So now we go to Odegaard. Number 10. No, he's not. He's been out of form now for the last 2 seasons. Then you look at the left wing. Trossard was playing really, really well up until Christmas, had his Christmas dinner, and now he's gone downhill. Martinelli, not good enough for 90 minutes. Pure and simple. Literally toss a coin. That's why we've got Martinelli on the left tonight, I think, and not Trossard, because probably Martinelli won the penalty shootout during training, so he gets the nod. So the left-hand side is no quality. It's got depth because you can pick Trossard or Martinelli, but you haven't got quality whoever comes in. Then you look at the right-hand side. You got the depth. Saka gets injured. Where's the quality? Oh, yeah, look, Noni Madueke. Is he quality? Is he good enough to be an Arsenal football player? No. So now you look at Saka, who you rely on. And he hasn't done it. So he's now fallen off of a cliff. He's now going backwards. 5 goals, 3 assists. And you're telling me he's world class? Sorry, I've been watching this football club for 50 years. It's not the levels I want to see. Then you look at your striker, Gyökeres. He scores goals. Yep, he scores goals. What else does he bring to the party? Not
Nada.
really much. Can he assist? No. Can he go past his man? No. Can he pass? Not really. Has he got a good first touch? Not really. But he scores goals. Okay, let's play to his strengths then and score some goals. Nope, the system don't allow us to play to his strength and score goals. So there's your forward line, complete disaster. So now you're thinking, how are we scoring goals? I know. Let's get the ball down the lines. Let's get into the channels. Let's win those corners and long throw-ins and get free kicks. Now we can score goals. Teams against us, though, are now not going to give away. If you look at the teams, I can't remember who it was, but there's been a couple of teams this year that have starved us from corners, weren't giving away corners. They were knocking it out for throw-ins and all of this. And we was literally starved of creativity. We were struggling to score goals. You know, and you're going through it all the time, Rashid. You know, every single game now is predictable. We've all seen the lineup tonight. It's predictable. It's predictable. Zubamendi now is off form. And I've been saying this time and time again. He's a problem. And the reason why he's a problem is because he's not a number 6 and he can't defend. He's a problem. He might not be a problem in the number 8, but in the number 6, he's a massive problem. Can he create? Does he spray long balls 20, 30 yards? Does he run with the ball? Does he run past players? Does he break lines? No, he's safe. He gets the ball, he knocks it 5 yards. He gets the ball, he plays it square. He gets the ball, he plays it in. He plays it to the nearest person. 9 out of 10 times, that's Declan Rice. Predictable. Then you look at Declan Rice. Been our best player all season. Him, Gabriel, toss up between the two, maybe throw Timber in there. Finished, knackered. He's like a car that's overdue an MOT service. It's getting the job done, but it's not getting it done efficiently. By the 55th minute, I watch him at the Emirates. He's blowing out of his backside. He's got his hands on his knees when the ball goes out for a corner or a throw-in. He's struggling to get around the pitch. If he's struggling to get around the pitch and Zubamendi can't defend, problem. Now you look at your back four. On the whole, it's solid. Hincapi comes in for Calafiori. Calafiori's now not flavour of the month. Star boy Calafiori at the start of the season. Now we've got Hincapi coming in. Hincapi might go off the ball. Who do we have then? This guy's gone through left backs like glasses of water. We still haven't got an out-and-out left back at the football club. £1 billion spent. Right? Gabriel Saliba's gone down tonight. What's wrong with him? We don't know. It could be illness. We haven't got a clue. He's not on the bench. We haven't got a clue what's wrong with him. Timber, another one like Rice, getting caught now, struggling to get in position, looking tired. And if you put all these things together, what I've just said, it's no wonder we're scraping through games. I can tell you exactly how the game's going to go tonight. Yeah, we're going to keep it safe. We're not going to create a lot. We're going to try and slow the game down. And we're going to hope that Brighton has an off day, and we've got to hope that we have a couple of corners or something like that and we hurt them. Other than that, I can't see where it's going to come from. So I've got this down as a draw all day long. And then you look at Man City. Oh, it's not the Man City of old. It's not the Man City of old. They're washed. They're done. Without Haaland, they're nothing. Well, they're 5 points behind us with a game in hand, and they're still all in 4 competitions like we are. And we're the best team in Europe, apparently. We've got depth. We haven't got quality. And then you look at the manager. Yeah, good coach, can't manage. Hasn't got over the line. Hasn't won anything. Still learning his trade. In-game management, still poor. When he wants to, when he tries to change something, he can't change it. He doesn't take risks. He starts then. If you watch him, when the game's close, like it was against Chelsea, he's just hoping. There's no tactics involved. He's just hoping that we get a corner. He's hoping we get a free kick. He isn't physically doing anything to actually change the way we play, to try and win a game in open play. It's just hoping. And eventually, like Manny said, eventually all of this luck and all of this will dry up. It might not.
DJB, sorry, not to cut you off. Views needs to bounce.
Yeah, big up Views.
Big
up, my friend.
Cheers,
up,
man.
Manny.
Big up.
What's your prediction, Views?
2-1, man. I think it's going to be a draw, but I can't predict Arsenal to lose in it. So 2-1. I've been calling this as a banana skin for a while. So trust me, if we win this game like 3-0, that's a statement. Not Chelsea, not Spurs tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because we always lose the league to these stupid teams, and we're usually all right against the big six. You know what I mean? So 2-1 because I love Arsenal, but the brain's saying a draw.
Yeah.
Score, draw. You know what I mean?
Big up,
So,
Views.
Anyway, thanks for having me, man.
Big up Jezza in the chat as well. Big up Dr. Seymour.
Say hello to Shane for us.
Yeah,
Big up Andrew, Lynch, everyone, Pearl, of course. DJB, sorry, you was on a roll.
Yeah, no. I'll just end on this, and this is what I'm saying. We've got to find ways to change things in game, because I'm just going to go along to Man City. Yeah, they defensively they don't look as solid as us, but what they have got and what we haven't got and what we're struggling to find is flair in attack. I mean, I've looked at their lineup tonight. They've brought Foden in. They've got Cherky in there. They've got Haaland. They've got Semenyo playing in the centre, who's balling out. And they look on it. They look full of life, full of energy. And a lot of their players look like new signings because, again, he's rotated and he's used them when he's had to use them. I'll give you an example. We kept Declan Rice on for over 90-odd minutes against Spurs when we're cruising. Why? Why are we keeping players on when we're winning games comfortably? Because he doesn't trust his squad depth. There is squad depth. We're lacking quality within that squad depth, unfortunately, for me. So we'll see how we go. All I want us to do now is just to win these remaining games, get over the line, win the Premiership, and then perhaps we can have a clear out and buy some real good quality next season, because that's what we need going forward. Otherwise, we're going to be really struggling next year.
Facts,
And well
100%.
said, sir. Well said. What you underlined there was the difference between City and Arsenal. I mean, even if City don't have Haaland, they've got Madamouche, they've got Semenyo, they've got Foden, and all I can say about Madamouche is all I can say is that I can see a little silhouette of a man, Madamouche.
Yeah,
he can do the fandango.
But this is what I've been Manny. This is what I've been banging on about. If we do win trophies next year, this is not the year. Looking forward, we're going to fall behind because there's a lot of players in our team that have overstayed their welcome now and that are just not good enough. Martinelli, Trossard are two of them. Ben White's another one I'd get rid of. Noni Madueke, he's not good enough. You know, what was the point of buying
Norgard?
What was the point of buying Norgard? He doesn't trust him. So if he doesn't trust him, get rid of him. What's the point?
But that's the point you've made, like JB. You made a solid ass point where it's like this manager's been there for over 6 years and he hasn't learned nothing.
No.
One trophy with no fans and he's still doing the same shit. Declan Rice has played probably, I don't know the exact stat, but he's played 90-minute games consistently this season for way too long. I think it's got to be like over 20 games in all competitions. Why? We've had Norgard since the summer. You know, Bukayo Saka, we brought in Noni Madueke. He was meant to be the guy to step in so that we can rest Saka. Norgard, so we can rest Declan Rice. You know, take Zubimendi out. Do you know what I'm saying? We got rid of, or Arteta rather, this manager got rid of Ethan Nwaneri to keep Odegaard, and now he don't even want Odegaard anymore.
And I'll tell you what he else has done as well next. I'll tell you what else he's done next. He's got rid of Ethan Nwaneri, who's not been injured, right? Who's again came on the other night against Marseille, set up Aubameyang, and yet he's got Dowman on the bench that's just come back from injury that's still learning his trade.
16 years old, bro.
Right? And the bottom line is the reason why we bought these players and the manager's not playing them is because he knows they lack quality. The manager knows that Noni Madueke is not good enough. So why have we got to put up with it as fans when the manager don't even trust them? And this is what I'm saying. It's all right spending £1 billion, but I'm expecting the likes of Elise to come on when Saka's out. We haven't even got another striker other than Gyökeres, and Gyökeres is struggling at them. Gyökeres has been struggling. Who's our other striker? I was on the roundabout yesterday, And the guy on there was saying about Havertz's pinnacle. He's the one that's going to get us over the line. He's like the player of Arsenal, not Saka. Blah 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 blah. Well, I mean, it's just, where are we here? Where are we here? We're going back to relying on Havertz now, are we? Is this where we've come as a football club, having to rely on Havertz?
But like you said, DJB, it's hope. I never hope for myself. None of us here hope for ourselves in terms of to get what we need getting done during the week, on a day-to-day, a week-to-week, a month, yearly basis. Do you know what I'm saying? If you hope for yourself, yeah, you're in big trouble. Failure to prepare is prepared to fail. This manager can't manage. He can coach a defence well, yeah, he can get us challenging, but that's it. His player ID is shocking. His man management, shocking. In-game tactics, shocking. That 6 years, how can you be this bad at trying to man manage a group of players, and you basically had every single player that you've wanted for the most part, bar a couple, basically Gyökeres and Eze, right? Yeah. And because you've had your own way for so long, he's at a point now, and he knows this, where he has to deliver. He has to deliver. And now, towards the end, are we starting to take Rice off after 70 minutes, after 60 minutes? Bukayo Saka, 70, 75 minutes. It's too late. You should have been resting them earlier in the season. You should have been resting them.
I mentioned this yesterday. You can't rotate now. You can't rotate with 9 games to go. We should have rotated way before now. And the problem is, right, whether you trust it, whether you trust the processes or not, I will ask any Arsenal fan tonight going into this game against Brighton, can you look in the mirror and put your hand on your heart and say confidently you're going to blow this Brighton team away tonight? Because under the Invincibles and under 2002 squad and squads of George Graham, I wouldn't be worried about tonight's game.
Not at all.
Wouldn't be worried about tonight's game. Right? Every single Arsenal fan, no matter what you think, you cannot look yourself in the mirror and say, easy, I'm not even losing sleep over it. I'm not worried about it. Every single game now, we're panicking. And I'll bet you any money as an Arsenal fan tonight, you are switching backwards and forwards between the Man City game and the Arsenal game. Because you're more worried about what Man City are doing than what Arsenal are doing tonight. And that's a fact. And you shouldn't be in that position when your club has spent £1 billion and you've got the squad depth and you've been putting this team on a pedestal like you've been all season, and the manager's an absolute genius in the top 5 of the managers of all time. You shouldn't be worried about what Man City are doing tonight.
But it just goes to show, DJB, this manager has mismanaged this squad. You know, he's used Arsenal as basically a chew toy. For anyone that has a dog, it's basically what has happened is Kroenke has given Arteta an overpriced chew toy to absolutely rummage and destroy. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all he's done. And this season, this year, Kroenke's like, oh shit. Because we're not performing well, because we've had iffy results, because the players are breaking down. Well, they were breaking down earlier on last year at the start of this season, and then now we're in 2026. But Josh Kroenke was like, you know what? I've got to bring in Berta, because if I don't bring in Berta, we're not going to challenge for the league. And then all the attention and the focus will be on me. And I don't want that as a billionaire owner. The problem is, it's an absolute shit show. It's too late. We should have got Berta in 3 years ago. We should have got Michele in, our new Diamond Eyes, 3 years ago. The whole mismanagement of finances, players, backroom staff, etc. we should have had sorted in phase 6. We're in phase 6. Doing this kind of shit is fine on phase 1, you know, when you're starting the project. But when you're right towards the end, where we're competing on all fronts as we are at the moment, you can't be resting players. You can't be doing this, doing that, trying to put on a brave face now because you know your ass is on the line. Arteta knows that if he fucks up, this is his last season. He'll never get enough. I will ask any, not just Arsenal fan, but football fan, because I know there's other football fans that rate this manager, you know, somehow. Do you know what I'm saying? Not even just to take the piss. I will ask any of them, could you put your life on it that this manager, after Arsenal, will get a top job in any of the top 5 leagues in Europe on similar money? I'll put my life on it that he doesn't. I'll end it with this, yeah? I said that this manager, Arteta, he'll be on TalkSport / Sky Sports in the next few years after Arsenal. Guaranteed. And I don't even believe in guarantees because he ain't good enough, bruv. No top club will take a chance on him because players talk, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Board members talk. You know, everyone in and around football, agents, they all talk. They all know each other. It's a small circle. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They'll know that this manager ain't no good, that this manager is a wrong un. Do you know what I'm saying? This is it for him. This is it. If he can't deliver, he's done. His managerial career is in the bin before it's even really started.
I just hope we get over the line. That's all I want now. I mean, I was, you know, obviously we want to see beautiful football and look at performances. We can deal with that next year, but right now, just get over the line and get it done. Because if he doesn't, then I'm sorry, there is no defending this football manager. You know, absolutely none at all. You have to get over the line now. Big up, Ola, my friend. You've got to get over the line now. But as I said, I just wanted to put it out there because, yeah, as I said, there's a difference between squad depth and quality, and I still think that this team in certain areas lack that quality. It might get us through this season, but long term, you know, when I'm hearing about this team will dominate for the next 3-4 years if we win the league to this year. Not with this team. Not with this team. Sorry, it won't.
I feel like we're overgassed. We're overgassing some of the players that we have, but that's a conversation for another day. Ola, what's your thoughts, man? I mean, you saw the lineup, right? I mean, I don't even have to tell you the lineup. You know, the lineup's the same as the lineup before that and the lineup before that. What's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts on this Brighton game? What you expected?
I was hoping Rice was gonna be rested because I thought to myself, like, why have we got Norgard? Really and truly, like, if we're not gonna trust Norgard, like, what's the point? What was the point of signing him? Because I think he's good enough. You know what I'm trying to say? Big up the panel as well. Salute to you, Rashid, DJB, my bro. Big up yourself.
Big up, my friend.
I just think with the way Rice was playing, because this is what I think they're thinking. We got Mansfield on the weekend. Rice can get a rest there. But for me, this Brighton game, as important as it is, because City is also playing tonight, we have to bear that in mind. But I guarantee you, if they see that Rodri was playing how Rice was playing in the last game, to the point where he booted the ball off the pitch trying to make a fucking back pass, and then begged to come off, like, they're not going to be playing Rodri the next game. They're going to give him a rest because he's important to what they're doing. Rice is so pivotal to what we do, game in, game out. It's crazy. And I worry that, you know, if we don't have him or he gets injured for a sustained period of time, we could be in big trouble because all this, we got a nice path to Europe and we got this and all that. Depends on, a lot of it depends on Rice and what he's going to, you know, how he's going to make the team, you know what I mean? Make the team go out and perform. So, look, I still expect us to win. I said last time when I came here, I'm not really looking. I'm a result merchant for the rest of the season, bro.
Sorry, Ola, not to cut you off. DJB needs to bounce. DJ,
big up everyone. Rashid, thank you very much. Latvian, Manny, always a pleasure. Naps and Ola, my friend. Thank you very much, and the chat as well, and even the odd one that's in the chat.
Yeah, the mutant.
Yeah. There's other channels you can go and follow, mate. Don't you worry about that. Bless, guys.
Bless. Take care.
Big up, DJ.
Take care, sir.
Bless. Come on, you Gunners.
Let's go.
Come on.
Yeah, man. So for me, it's a case of we just gotta keep churning out results. Results is pretty much the only thing that matters for this league. And you know the maddest thing. We're all in several WhatsApp groups. All of us, several WhatsApp groups with rival fans and whatnot. And you know, if this lot buckle, you man are getting cooked like differently. them man, they trust me. It's gonna be a wild one in the summer, bro. Whichever way it goes. But this is something that we've all wanted, and I keep saying it. All right, this game is important, but the one that I'm really looking at is the 21st of March. Nothing else is more important than that. Go and get that fucking
the City game.
Yeah, the City game in Wembley, bro.
Yeah,
that's the first level of all right, unlocking an achievement or unlocking new character. You know, like when you go in levels in games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
When
you play your computer game and you got to unlock that first level to go to the next level, then to go. Hopefully, you know what I mean. We're able to get that game in Wembley sorted out. But yeah, we just got to keep winning. We just got to keep winning, and at the very least, if we're not winning, match what City are doing. And if you're playing exactly the same time as City, then know that you got to win. You know what I mean? And I'm sure the backroom staff, if we're playing at the same time as them, all that shit about, we're not watching what they're doing, they're fucking watching, people. You best believe that. They're watching. You know what I mean? So we just need to keep matching them results. Keep matching the fucking results, man. Forget performance. If performances come, I'll take them. Right? But right now, we got 9 games to the end of the season. Yeah, I ain't just like I am at the first 5 games of the season. First 5 to 5 to 10 games of the season. I say, you know what? I'm not looking at performances. I'm not looking at table. I just want to see this lot pick up the thing. Now we're going towards the back end of the season. 9 games to go is the same thing. Just give me results. Get over the line. That's the name of the game at this point. It's the name of the game. And let's see if we can do it, because this manager's let us down so many times. I feel like fucking Django with the amount of fucking scars that I fucking got in my memory, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, this shit, it's not good, man. It's not good. Like, PTSD is kicking my ass right now, man. And we need to get over the line, man. Big up everybody in the chat, man. I see you, man. Prom, Static. Salute to all them, man, there in the chat. Big up.
Salute, my bro. Lavian, I mean, you didn't tell us a little bit about what you think about the Brighton game, bro.
Oh, for me, it's one of those ones where, well, as they say, some stuff can hit the fan. Let's just put it that way. Because in my mind, I am already calculating that City are winning the game in hand. They have against Palace, and it's gonna be 2 points at the end of the day. There's no other way to look at it until it happens.
Let me ask you: do you think they'll beat us at the Etihad?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Most likely.
You think they'll beat us at the Etihad? Okay.
For me, it more depends how the cup game goes, because I think who wins that, bigger chance than not they're gonna win also the league. Personally, that mental effect that's gonna have on the team is gonna be.
I think Etihad will be a draw, and if Etihad is a draw, then it goes back to 3 points. That's it. That's how I'm thinking it. Etihad's gonna be, but again, it depends what happens. What happens at Wembley, which is why, and like I keep saying, how important that Wembley game is, because it has ramifications, right? But the reason why I'm thinking a draw, maybe possibly a win, but a draw, is how the Champions League fixtures affects Man City and what rotation they might do in and around it.
Oh, they'll definitely rotate. Like if it goes to 3 points, I don't want it to go to goal difference. Do you know
no. 100%
at the moment. But like, if it goes goal difference, brother, like it's mad thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a mad thing.
But on the goal difference front, we still kind of doing our job, because every time City seems to bring it back to 1 or 2 goals, we try and take it back to 4 or 5. You know what I mean? And so far it's okay, but do you trust this team not to fucking give that difference away back to City?
Give it away, because these players are breaking down, bro. Like you said, like, it's not about performances now, it's about results. These players are breaking down as a whole. We've already seen it with certain players. They're breaking down, bro. City players aren't breaking down. Why? Because Pep knows how to rotate. Even a Pep that's been poor this season by his super high standards, he's still rotating. These players look rejuvenated. They look energized. Our players are the complete opposite. They're shattered, bro. They're shattered. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like we're on the battlefield, yeah? and our players are already collapsing even before a shot's been fired. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't go to war like that. You can't go to war like that. Not fit for purpose. Every country, yeah. If your men are going to war or even thinking of going to war like that, it's done. It's over. Might as well wave the right flag. Do you know what I'm saying? This is why I can't stand this manager, because he does this shit time and time again. I've had enough of it. I've had enough.
100%, man. Manny, what's your thoughts, man?
We need to get the win, but if we have this sort of lackadaisical, seat of our trousers attitude against this team, we're not going to get very far. I did say we have a decent record against them in the sense that I don't remember the last time we lost to them, but these guys have over the years been a really tough nut to crack whenever they've played us at the Emirates. And even whenever we played away from home, we haven't exactly shone for the most part. Of course, I'd like to think that we're a lot better now than when we used to lose to Graham Potter's teams for fun under Arsene Wenger. But, Brighton are a team that keep evolving every year. They change their manager. They're able to, end up in a somewhat better position than they were earlier. And the timing of this couldn't be any worse, with Brighton having gotten 2 consecutive wins over Brentford and Nottingham Forest coming back into form. And so they do have some momentum. And they've got some players who can definitely change the game, including, as I mentioned, a certain ex-Gunner, although some people might prefer to refer to him as more of an ex-Manchester United player, but go figure. I just want to see the team take it seriously. If we're forced to work hard and not find it easy and somehow find a way to win, then that's fine. But if we're too casual and we can see it, then, we're going to call them out on it, just like Natster, just like yourself, Rashid, just like Latvian Guna, just like Ola. And, of course, Ola will be on Lee Gunner's watch-along. So if you do get redirected to that, you're going to see a lot of, cursing.
Go see the crash out, man.
Yes. I've seen you crash out many times on these fan reactions, brother. And it is epic theatre. I'm not insulting you. You have a right to be angry with some of the performances at times. I can never forget what happened at the end of the Aston Villa game where you recited the Shahada later on. That was just how awful that result was. But we need to, like I said, it's one thing to say points over performances, but we have to start taking it seriously. And you said that it's normally against these teams, not stupid teams. They're fine teams in their own right. They're just not quite at our level, but they are still very competitive, very proud teams, and they are more than capable of giving us a run for their money. Latvian Guna, lovely to see you again. 100%. Always a pleasure, and I hope to see you again soon on the stream soon. Take care of yourself, and as always, up the Gunners. And I'll just say right now, we need to make sure that we win 2-1 and put in a serious performance. I don't want to see any kind of, I just don't want to see us winging it and taking it lightly. If we take it lightly, it will come and bite us in the backside. 2-1 to the Arsenal. Let's just hope. I'll be getting off too, guys. I'll see you all soon. As always, Rashid, Nat,
take care, man.
All the panelists, much love.
I'm going for 2-1 as well. I'm going for 2-1 as well.
Absolutely.
What's Ola saying? Ola, what's your prediction?
Hey, why not? Let's go 2-1, man. Let's make it all fucking rival, man. Let's go with 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1 as well. Why not?
Listen, people. Listen, big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up Nats, big up Ola, big up the whole team, everybody that was on the panel, everybody that was in the comments. Big up to every one of you. Listen, we're gonna redirect to Lee. So yeah, you're gonna be enjoying some of that Lee stream with Ola, Matty. A lot of crash outs, a lot of cussing words, a lot of happiness.
We catch joke on there as well, man.
Jokes. You know what I'm saying? It's jokes. Sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're angry, and that's the game, innit? Game's the game. Big up Footy Bants. Just joined. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up Andrew. Big up everyone, man. Listen, we're gonna redirect to Lee. So show him some love. Rashid Raid on the way, and we're out, people. Come on, you Gunners.